Good evening. Good evening. My name is Brad Bauer, Assistant Principal, and on behalf of the Lenape Regional High School District and Seneca High School, welcome to the commencement exercises for the class of 2019. We would like to take this opportunity to recognize our teaching staff in the audience and also on the field with the kids, and our 7 retirees, Ms. Teresa Sager, Mr. Bob Hawkins, Mr. Doug Barber, Mrs. Ellen Wren, Mr. Marty DeVino, Mrs. Trish LaBeouf, and Mrs. Kathy Donahue. We thank you for your hard work, your time, and your tireless dedications to the students at Seneca High School. Thank you. I would also like to recognize the members of our Board of Education and District Administration and ask that you please stand to be recognized. From Southampton Township, Mrs. Linda Eckenhoff. From Chemung Township, Samuel Green. From Woodland Township and President of the Board of Education, Margaret Eslow. And our Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Ms. Heather Zanakis. I would also like to welcome our other distinguished guests sitting to my right from our local municipalities, schools, and school boards. We appreciate all that you do in support of our students, our community, and Seneca High School. Thank you. At this time, would everyone please rise as the Seneca High School Air Force JROTC presents the colors and remain standing as the Seneca Singers sing our national anthem, followed by our alma mater. Thank you. You may be seated. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the class of 2019 Student Council President, Stephen Oliva.
Good evening, and welcome to the Seneca High School Class of 2019 graduation ceremony. I'd like to start off by thanking all of our teachers, administrators, counselors, and everyone else who guided us to this momentous occasion. My name is Stephen Oliva, this year's Seneca High School Student Council President, and I'm so greatly humbled to have held this position and honored to speak in front of all of you who have impacted us greatly. In the middle of nowhere, a mile from Route 206, lies a family. Not a family of 3 or 4 with a mom and a dad, but a family of over 1,000. A family consisting of outgoing students, amusing teachers, caring guidance counselors, and principals that enforce the rules for the better. We are the Seneca family. We are small, and we are remote, and we're different. But we are not forgettable. We are a community that sole focus is to progress its students academically while fostering their passions and interests. Our home, Seneca High School, is a sacred place that encourages individuality, enhances academics, and positively shapes our perception of the world. This community's best attribute is that everyone within it has a common goal: to help one another reach our best and to make Seneca a memorable learning environment. As a result, Seneca accommodated everyone's needs, wants, and values in order to get the most out of each individual student. This is why the Seneca family was created. We realized the unparalleled positive impact we had on each other. We've inspired each other to pursue our dreams. We just had to work as a team. And although it will be hard to let go of all the memories we fostered here during the last 4 years at Seneca, we now have the chance to create a new chapter in our book. And no matter what path we take, whether it's a continuing of our educational career, enlisting in the armed forces, or taking part in a trade school, make it a priority to create a life that matters while finding your purpose in this world. As we transition to the next phase of our lives, always remember these guiding principles. Believe in yourself, no matter what obstacles are put in front of you. Enjoy life. Go on and captivate the world. Do the things you've always dreamt of experiencing. Be unique, be different, and be yourself. It's the greatest thing you have. First learn, and then take the L away. Don't just go through the motions. Always live passionately. Financial success is great, but not everything. Your character, relationships, and contributions will decide your legacy. Take risks and make bold decisions. The word impossible actually contains its opposite, I'm possible. Everything comes to you for a reason. Be patient, be calm, and be composed. Live a life true to yourself. Pursue your passions with determination and resilience, and you will find what is right for you. Live in moments and never take a single second for granted. Appreciate all the people that come into your life. They were put into your world for a reason. Make every step, every moment, and every heartbeat count. And most importantly, follow your heart. It's your best compass. Your heart will never deceive you, and it will always lead you to happiness. This evening, we are leaving Seneca High School as students for the very last time. As we leap off the Seneca stepping stone to push forward and pave a new path for ourselves, I wish everyone success in all future endeavors with health and, most importantly, happiness. Once again, thank you to all of the amazing people who helped us get here. Congratulations, Seneca High School Class of 2019. The world is now yours. Thank you.
Salutatorian for the Class of 2019, Colin Boisvert.
Congratulations to everyone for reaching this milestone. I see this moment like that part in Titanic where Rose says, "I'll never let go, Jack," you know, like a liar would say. And Jack's like, "Oh, sick, I'm not gonna drown." Jack thinks everything is fine, but he's in for a ride, like immediately. Everyone's getting thrown into the ocean that is the real world. But unlike Leonardo DiCaprio could say, we all have our own tools to weather the storm. To those of you who enjoyed your time here, never forget it. These truly are the brightest, most joyous moments of freedom before life hits us like an iceberg. All of us have morphed into completely different people than the freshmen we once were, and surely would like to punt our past selves through the uprights in the stadium if given the chance. See this period of growth as something to look fondly on as you progress through life. Remember taking the field for the first time. Remember belting your songs on stage. Remember acing that class that you worked day and night to pass. remember the people you met along the way that made it so special. Hold on to the friendships that you've created, the highlights that you've made, and the families that you've created from Seneca's large one. Use the personality and the memories that you've made to reach new heights in your future. To those of you who are waiting for me to shut up so you can get your diploma already, just hear me out for a little bit. There's like 3 people after me anyway, so you're gonna have to wait a bit. High school is a game, and not everyone gets dealt the hand that they deserve. Maybe you're not great at school, or getting good grades, or test taking. Maybe you couldn't find a friend group, or yours is falling apart. Maybe you just want to get out of here and you still want me to stop talking. I got a little bit left, sorry. This day begins the first stage of the rest of your life. Staring into the eye of the storm is scary, especially knowing all the responsibilities and obstacles that will come along the way with graduating into the real world. The worst thing that you can do is settle for less, or take the safe route because you're afraid of taking a risk. I settled in high school a lot. I convinced myself I wasn't good at things because I wasn't confident enough in myself or my abilities to take a risk for once in my life. But with the help from my friends and family, this year I finally worked myself up to doing things, like trying out for the musical and performing karate on stage for the first time. These are things that freshman year me would have laughed at for even considering doing. But because of that, they've become some of my favorite memories throughout my life. Live your life without regrets. I wish I had done so sooner, and I promise you, it's never too late to start. If you felt confined by what high school made you, now's the perfect chance to pursue your passion and make those same favorite memories that I've made. My GPA might be high, but after today, the numbers will vanish and we'll all be back at square one again. You've got just as good of a chance of succeeding as I do, every single one of you. Make your story into something that you'll be proud to tell your family about. I'm genuinely excited to see what everyone here becomes. I'd like to thank my parents for shaping me into someone I'm proud to be, for their constant support, and for passing their humor on to me. I would literally be a shell of a man without it. Thank you to my friends who inspire me every day, make me a better person, and give me the confidence to give my all in everything that I do. Thank you specifically to Bruce Kirschbaum, who I promise will get the $10 that I owe him from 4th grade after the speech. I have it right here, I promise, all right? Thank you to Seneca's teachers and faculty for the many opportunities you've offered me and giving me a place to become myself for 4 years. Stay hydrated, love your parents, and listen to Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. It's a modern masterpiece, seriously. Good night. Thank you, guys.
Salutatorian James Pronchik.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so honored to be able to talk to you all today about what Seneca has meant to me and how much I owe to the amazing people here for everything that they have done. We truly are spoiled here at Seneca, with such an incredibly tight-knit community that is unlike anything I've ever been a part of. From the first time I walked these halls as a tiny, weird-looking freshman to now, as I prepare to start the next chapter of my journey as a more mature, weird-looking adult, I've formed relationships with people who have become my closest friends, whom I love and depend on. I've met wonderful teachers who go above and beyond to see their students succeed because they sincerely care about every kid that walks into their class. I've seen kindness and shared moments of laughter from students I know well and near strangers alike, which is something that is so rare in a high school environment. No matter how I was feeling, what I was going through, or where my self-esteem was at any given moment, I knew that once I walked through those doors, I would be surrounded by people that shared the same friendly and laid-back demeanor that seems to hang in the air here. At Seneca, we have an atmosphere that says, relax, don't overthink things. It's really special because the common perception about high school is that there is a competitiveness to it, that there is pressure on students to be the best athlete or the most successful or the smartest or to be liked by everyone. This pressure is largely absent from our school, especially from our senior class, as we have gotten to know each other over these 4 years. Our willingness to support each other as a family has allowed us to enjoy our high school years without the stress of trying to be perfect or better than anyone else. And because of this, we are now more comfortable with the people we have become. On a personal note, through the nurturing environment of our Seneca family, I've learned how to better deal with whatever I'm going through, whether it's a lack of motivation or self-confidence or just a bleak rut that I can't seem to get out of. Instead of trying to immediately fix the way I'm feeling, I've learned to process what I'm going through and understand why so that I can actually move on and gain something from it. I don't feel qualified in any way to call this advice, but I'll say that it has helped me before, and I'm sure that it will help me again. If you are ever feeling overwhelmed or like you are losing confidence or motivation, take some time to look inward and embrace your emotions. I'm sure that you'll come out stronger because of it. As we put the finishing touches on our high school careers, I've noticed how much closer we've all grown. Each of us are happy to see one another, ready to start the next chapter of our lives and become the people we want to be. At the same time, we feel bittersweet to be leaving so many friends. I want to congratulate all of you from the bottom of my heart and let you know that I'll be rooting for each and every one of you every step of the way, just as we have all done throughout high school as part of this Seneca family.
Please welcome the senior class president, Jonah Mikulski.
Hello, my name is Jonah Mikulski, and I would first like to congratulate the class of 2019 and also thank all the parents, family, faculty, and anyone else who has aided us along our journey for the past 18 years. It is hard to believe this time has finally come. With all of your support, we were able to make it through all these years of schooling, even though we were all convinced we wouldn't make it past spring break. Before I begin, I would like to give a special shout out on behalf of the entire class. Mrs. Donahue, thank you for all you have done for us in our time here. We all consider ourselves very lucky to be your last class, and your presence around Seneca will surely be missed. You were always our #1 fan and the go-to person for all our fun ideas that Mr. Bauer might shoot down. Best of luck in your retirement. Your impact will never be forgotten. Okay, now time to talk about us. For the past 4 years, I've had the pleasure of going to school with all of you, and for the last 3 years, I have been lucky enough to be the president for us, the class of 2019. It all started with freshman year. We were all just a bunch of strangers clogging up the entire hallways and amazed how seniors could be so big. We were just some kids who could never be sure about the third floor pool and always trying to find a spot to eat lunch. Between getting adjusted to a new school, making new friends, and trying to find the right place to stand in the bird's nest, there was a lot to figure out. At the end of the day, it was new to everyone. None of us had a leg up, especially with the crazy new schedule. We thought it was so wrong we had to stand at the top of the bleachers for Friday night lights just because we couldn't wait until it was us running the nest. Then sophomore year, everyone pretty much adjusted, and we started riding the wave of high school. Classes got harder, friends became closer. The itch to start driving hit in full force. Everyone started to get a little more invested in sports games. Sophomore year was the last year we fully lived as kids. It was the last full year we couldn't drive. Most people did not work even in the summer, and AP classes barely had started. We got a class dance, but even that was just here at Seneca. We spent most of sophomore year looking ahead at what may happen in the next 2 years, and for good reason, but there were certainly good memories made in our second year here. We also learned some very valuable lessons, like long hair not being a good look, myself and Rubio included. Junior year, we were almost to the end. At this point, we basically stood on the railing in the bird's nest, and we finally were able to drive. Junior year was a time where we all came together and became closer with our friend groups, but we also had so many opportunities in front of us to branch out more than we ever thought possible. For our class, we became the first group to demand 2 trips to Give Kids the World in Florida. Our JDD was a chance to get loose and dance like fools in front of our 200 closest friends. We enjoyed thinking that we were seniors a year early, and at times annoyed the actual seniors, but that was just our way of doing things. We knew what we knew what we wanted our senior year to look like, and we just so happened to start on that a little early. Finally, we made it to senior year. Last first day, last home football game, last homecoming. The fact that we were now seniors was hard to hide. We submitted college applications, and we had another couple months to just live like kids without thinking about what came next. Powder Puff took home the championship again. Cheerleading wasn't even a competition. Everyone always says Seneca family, but it was something I never really took in until this year. Starting with the Walk Under the Stars, we all came together for charity, and one of the most powerful things I've ever experienced. From there, we continued to grow and bond more and more. I am so grateful for having the opportunity to come to school with each of you every day, well, except for the 30 absent days you all used, for the past 4 years. I cannot imagine anything else. Trying to remember what it was like in middle school to only know the people from Southampton is impossible. We are all a family now. Life has a lot in store for us in the next 4 years, some staying home, some going far from home, some working, and some joining the military. We may transfer schools, change majors 10 times, or travel and take time to find ourselves, but we will always have this place. We will all forever be graduates from Seneca's class of 2019. For many of us, this is the last time rocking the classic green and gold, sometimes green and mold, but it will run through us forever. I am thankful for every memory made here, and I look forward to the ones that are still to come. I can't wait to come back for fall break, make a pants run, and talk about the glory days, even though we are only 4 months out of high school. Being washed up is going to be great. Once we leave here today, everything changes, we think. Go out, make some memories, and don't be that person who fails out after the first semester in college. Again, it has been an honor to go to school with all of you. I am so excited to see what the future has in store. Congratulations, class of 2019. We made it.
The valedictorian of the class of 2019, Shannon Preble.
As Walt Disney once said, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Our teachers, parents, and peers all provided us with the tools we need to reach our goals. They motivated us along our high school journeys and created opportunities for us to achieve our dreams. While they are all vital in giving us such abilities, as Disney points out, their help and support won't make your dreams come true if you don't put in the work to go after them. Hard work is the most important element in securing a dream because without it, a dream can never come to fruition. The people around you can inspire you to keep going amidst the obstacles, but ultimately, your own desire, your dedication, and your hard work are what will determine your ability to achieve success. During our time at Seneca, we all began the long path to success by putting in hard work, whether directed into school, extracurriculars, or a job. Even if we are uncertain of exactly what we want to do in the future, our teachers, coaches, mentors, and fellow students have provided us with the tools necessary to traverse the strenuous journey towards our dreams. During the journey to your success, you'll be faced with countless obstacles that may set you back, discourage you, or tempt you to abandon your dreams. But overcoming these obstacles is a necessary challenge on the path to success. If your sought-after goal isn't really what you want, the obstacles will eventually cause you to pursue other paths. If you truly desire what you're striving towards, though, you'll find a way to push through those obstacles. No dream can be accomplished without hard work. However, no matter how much effort you put in, sometimes life takes you down a different path than expected. While it is discouraging to think your work may not amount to what you wanted, don't let the idea of an unattainable dream stop you from trying to achieve it. Even if you believe you lack certain qualities, you can find ways to use your skills to accomplish your goals in some other way. While you don't want to focus solely on reaching your dreams, it is still important to work towards them. No matter how impossible a dream may seem, there is a possibility to accomplish it through dedication and hard work. In the many cases where that work doesn't bring about your desires, because of the work you put in, you'll find something else to enjoy along the way. For instance, during freshman year, you might have had an idea of becoming an engineer, but through extracurricular activities and some classes, you might have discovered a completely different passion, like theater or English. Even if it isn't what you always hoped for, you can still have a life you're happy with. Take Mike Wazowski, for instance. In Monsters, Inc., he clearly enjoys his life and his job, loving the company he works for and getting to spend every day with his best friend. Through Monsters University, though, it is revealed that he always dreamed to be a scarer. He worked extremely hard, but that wasn't enough to overcome the fact that he lacked the innate ability to be scary. However, towards the end of the movie, he uses his intellect and his newfound friendship to manufacture a scene to scare humans. Even though he proved he could scare to a certain degree, he still would never become a real scarer. But his hard work let him live out his dream for one night, and it got him a job that made him happy. It also allowed him to work in the industry he always wanted to. He never reached his dream, but he was still able to enjoy his life and his job. Even if your dream will never become a reality, using your skills and working hard to try to reach those goals will allow you to have a prosperous life. So, to the class of 2019, I leave you with this. Any dream you can fathom can be accomplished with hard work or dedication. Even if it's not the dream you had in mind or the dream you set out to accomplish, your dedication helps to make it a reality. Don't let obstacles discourage you. Instead, use them to your advantage to propel you farther. Life is going to take us all down different paths, but knowing that success and happiness will be at the end of each one will make everything worth it.
Now, to recognize the top 10% of the class of 2019, junior class officers, Kylie Mitchell, and Hannah Singer.
When your name is called, please stand and remain standing until all the names have been read. Andrew Robert Ballinger, Colin Charles Boisvert, Leah Marion Brotman, Alexis Ryan Buckowitz, Sean Joseph Casey, Olivia May Chalupka, Jessica Lynn Cherubino, Corinne Elizabeth Coffey, Cameron Lee Collins, Jillian Margaret Connolly, Abigail Lynn Cosper, Catherine M. Donner, Megan Cecilia Duffy, David John Eakin, Alyssa Catherine Fox, Kayla Marie Hant, Brendan A. Jaggard, Scott Daniel Johnson.
Bruce L. Kirschbaum Jr., Matthew Michael Kustrup, Aiden Lawler, Owen Michael Lovett, Jonah Reagan Mikulski, Leah Marie Novelli, Lindsay E. Oates, Jackson Paul Perozzi, Shannon Elizabeth Preble, James Pronchik, Jessica Nicole Shepard, Robert Sunbury, Lauren A. Tyson, Dustin William Termy, Brett Joseph Thomas, Gustav Asa Van Walson, Jessica Lynn Walters, Lyndon Webb. Ladies and gentlemen, the Seneca High School class of 2019 top 10%.
You may be seated. Seneca High School puts an emphasis on the importance of regular attendance in terms of academic and career success. There are 2 students in the Seneca High School class of 2019 that achieved the accomplishment of perfect attendance during their 4 years. This accomplishment is a very rare and singular one and deserves the highest plaudits. It is with great pride and satisfaction that I commend the following students for achieving perfect attendance during their 4-year matriculation at Seneca High School. And when I call your name, would you please come forward? Bruce L. Kirschbaum Jr., Amber Nicole Sweet, Seneca High School also has 9 graduating seniors that have earned straight A's all 4 years. Would the following seniors please stand to be recognized for this amazing academic accomplishment? Colin Charles Boisvert, David John Eakin, Bruce L. Kirschbaum Jr., Matthew Michael Kustrup, Owen Michael Lovett, Leah Marie Novelli, Shannon Elizabeth Preble, James Pronchik, and Lyndon Webb. Be seated. At this time, I would like to recognize all of the scholarship winners. Scholarships are awarded during our academic award ceremony. Please refer to your program for a list of those scholarship winners. I would now like to ask that any senior that received a scholarship to please stand. Congratulations. At this time in the ceremony, we would like to acknowledge those who give of their time and service to represent our country in the military. We ask that anyone that has served or is currently serving our country in any branch of the military to please stand at this time and be recognized. Please remain standing. Please remain standing. At this time, we also ask that any graduate that is going on to a branch of the military to please stand and join your brothers and sisters in the military to be recognized. We thank you all for your selfless act to serve our country. Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the principal of Seneca High School, Mr. Jeff Spector.
Good evening, and thank you so much for your patience this evening. Before I jump into my prepared words, this is hard for us. We made a last-second decision whether to go inside or out, so it's less than perfect, and I really apologize for that. And the reason I mention that is because behind the scenes, I'm chomping at this guy to get it right, and he looks so calm up here. I really do want to thank Mr. Bauer for all he does for our school and what he's doing this evening. And I do apologize for it being less than perfect, but to quote James, at Seneca High School, we just relax, and we make it work. And if you listen to these kids, you know the strength of this community isn't whether we're inside or outside, we're having some audio problems, not whether it's that. It's really about this community and how awesome it is. And it's so great to see so many of your faces. Hold your signs up if you have them. I see a lot of signs. Show your kids your signs. It's just awesome. I'm just so honored to be the principal of Seneca High School. I really, truly am. And I said that, I didn't even know that was the first line of my speech. It is an honor to be the principal of Seneca High School. I work for an amazing school district with a supportive Board of Education and a diligent central office administration. Our communities value education and continually build on the core values of volunteerism and civic responsibility. Seneca's teaching staff and support staff are second to none. And most importantly, I spend every day with a group of 1,200 of the most incredible young people anywhere. Therefore, I know firsthand that tonight we are not simply recognizing a conclusion for the class of 2019, but rather we are celebrating the fact that without a doubt, these graduates will contribute beyond measure to the imposing legacy of the Seneca High School family. During this past school year, I crossed paths with two former Seneca graduates, and I'd like to share a little something about my meeting with them. I knew Julie and Michael very differently when they were at Seneca, but I knew them very well. Julie was outgoing, being involved in school clubs and activity, while Michael was not always as positive during school events and tended to be a little bit more mischievous. Let's put it this way. Michael reminded me when I saw him last month, and I'll quote him, "I saw your office a few times." Julie is a cancer survivor, and her story has taken off nationally through the power of social media. She was recorded doing an impromptu dance in a hospital hallway after a major surgery while she was still in a hospital gown. While wheeling her cart with IV connected around her, the video went viral, and Julie was invited to appear on the Ellen DeGeneres show not once, but twice. Ellen highlighted the positivity and the genuine influence Julie has made on others battling our illness. During our annual Walk Under the Stars in October, our student body had the opportunity to meet Julie, a 2009 graduate. She and I exchanged some words, and then I listened to her address our students, and she said, "You are doing amazing things." While Julie and I have had several interactions over the years, meeting Michael last month for the first time was the first time since he had graduated. During our senior day of service in May, one group of students had the opportunity to meet Michael. He volunteered to supervise some of our seniors at a local firehouse cleanup. After talking to him a bit, I learned that he was a 2012 graduate. By the way, I think 2012 was the only other graduating class that was inside. And he has chosen a career in service both in law enforcement and as a volunteer firefighter. But to be totally honest, even after talking with him, I did not recognize him, and unsure of who he was. We parted and continued with our activities. Michael gave the students a ride on a fire truck, and I watched him intently as he interacted with each of them, sharing a little piece of himself in a personal and nurturing manner. Then it hit me. It actually didn't hit me. Mr. Bauer told me. Michael had cut off his long hair and put on some weight in all the right places. I apologized and told him how proud I was of him. While I reflected on meeting Julie and Michael this year, I realized that they both had a very different but very inspirational story that exhibit the positive influences of the Seneca family legacy. In her brief remarks, Julie said, and I quote, "Every single one of you, the students, the teachers, take a moment, breathe in, breathe out. You are amazing. Every single one of you is making a difference." She said, "Every single one of you is making a difference." While Julie and Michael did not spend much time at Seneca together, I think it was 1 year, I'm not even sure they knew each other. But I do know this: Michael is protecting people in his job and in his free time. Julie is dancing with IV stands and sharing her stories with the world. Both have selflessly chosen to give back to this community. As you journey down a multitude of different paths after you graduate tonight, be like Julie and Michael. Like you, they both sat in those chairs, and they both choose to make a difference. Class of 2019, I am lucky to have had the opportunity to help sail your ships on your high school journey. Honored to work in a school where people who motivate me every day. Thankful to your parents for instilling values that contribute to our Seneca family and for allowing us to be a part of your life. Proud of your perseverance and excited for your futures. Class of 2019, sitting around you are students who are going into the military, joining workforces, attending community college or training schools, going to the nation's most challenging universities, students taking a gap year while they explore the future, and some students who will be going off in other directions. There are students who have been very active in school, gifted scholars, notable athletes, talented actors and actresses, and musicians. Some of your classmates were quiet, some were loud, and some were a little bit mischievous. You too, Steve. Please let the stories of Julie and Michael remind us that even with all these differences, we share two things in common. One, you have the ability to make a difference and be a positive force. No matter if you had a rough start or face life's most difficult challenge, you can choose to be an influencer, not as a profession, but as a way of life. Two, the rest of your story begins right here, right now. It did say on the field, but in the gym, home of the Bird's Nest. You're a member of the Seneca High School family legacy. Now go out and make it a great one. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Good evening. I'm pleased to represent the Lenape Regional High School District Administration tonight to present the class of 2019. Tonight, we celebrate the culmination of public education that started for many of the 2019 graduates when they entered kindergarten 13 years ago. Graduates, congratulations, you made it. You've met another milestone in your life, a very significant one, graduation from Seneca High School. From the time you first entered the doors of Seneca High School, many of you as freshmen, you may have wondered what it might have been like 4 years later, and here you are now, sitting with your fellow classmates in the gym, and here you are. I urge you to take the lessons that you have learned from your time spent at Seneca High School, both inside and outside of the classroom, and reflect on what was and is important to you as a person, and let your actions reflect those guiding principles as you become a contributing member of society as a graduate from Seneca High School. Now for the time that the graduates have been patiently waiting for. In my official capacity as the Lenape Regional High School District Administrator, I hereby certify to the Lenape Regional High School District Board of Education that the collective members of Seneca High School graduating class of 2019 have fulfilled all of the requirements prescribed by the state of New Jersey and the local Board of Education. Further, that they have at this time earned the right to be awarded a Seneca High School diploma. Board of Education members and guests, it is my honor to present the members of the Seneca High School class of 2019. Congratulations.
At this time, it is my pleasure to invite up our senior class advisors, Mrs. Lynn Ritter and Mrs. Grace McCluskey to introduce the graduating class of 2019.
It has been our pleasure to serve as advisors for the class of 2019. First, I'd like to thank our parents for raising such great kids and lending them to us for the past 4 years. Really greatly appreciate it. It's been a pleasure getting to know them. Second, we'd like to thank our administration, especially for supporting us, even when our ideas were a little crazy.
We'd also like to thank the Board of Education, Superintendent, and our board office for providing an environment where these kids are safe to learn and they're given every opportunity to be successful. Graduates, our motto, banner, if you remember signing that, from the beginning was commitment to success, and you really have accomplished that here. So we're very proud of that. You've left your mark, you will be missed, and we really look forward to seeing where you end up in the future. Congratulations, and we wish you much success. So now, we would like to present to you the graduating class of 2019.
Jonah Reagan Mikulski. Jessica Lynn Waters. Colin Charles Boisvert. Megan Cecilia Duffy. Alyssa Catherine Fox. Matthew Michael Kustrup. Brett Joseph Thomas. Stephen John Oliva. James Pronchek. And Shannon Elizabeth Preble.
Olivia Wilson Adler. Ashley Yvette Amaya. Alyssa Christine Andrews. Jamie Christine Arajo. Abigail Sky Balsavage. Michaela C. Bednarik. Madeline Elizabeth Bentz. Michaela Ann Bentz. Caitlin Julia Bishop. Emma Marie Benninghouse. Victoria Lynn Bowman. Leah Marion Brotman. Elizabeth Lindwall Brown. Alexis Ryan Buckowitz. Isabella Castillo. Marissa R. Castro. Olivia May Chalupka. Jessica Lynn Cherubino. Corinne Elizabeth Coffey. Cameron Lee Collins.
Harold Charles Abrams. Hayden Timothy Adams. John William Adams. Tyler Joseph Atkins Engling. Andrew Robert Ballinger. Dennis Edwin Bartholomew III. Owens Alexander Bonilla Hernandez. Zachary John Brida. Charles Joseph Brilla. Connor David Brown. John D. Capobianco. Sean Joseph Casey. Eddie Lee Cashwell. Matthew Rudolph Christopher. Sean Ryan Consolazio. Sam Demiri. Jonathan David Dandorf. Kyle William Davis. Harry C. Dawes III. Austin Thomas Dawkins.
Jillian Margaret Connolly. Shannon Conover. Talia M. Corney. Abigail Lynn Cosper. Bethany Lynn Cosper. Nicole Elizabeth Cousins. Jasmine Jennifer Crank. Kylie Joanne Zepiel. Emily Victoria Dayton. Bianca Danielle DeMonze. Caitlin Jean Diamond. Emma Rose DeLaro. Morgan Ann Dodsworth. Hope Dones. Catherine M. Donner. Rachel Elizabeth Dorn. Jadelyn Cecilia Durbro. Naomi Talia Earls. Kayla Marie Eberly. Brittany Ann Eisenhower.
Jonathan Andrew DeFrank. Joshua James DeRitter. Tyler Brian Donovan. Devin Robert Duff. David John Aiken. Isaac File. Jacob Daniel Foster. Shane M. Foster. Thomas Joseph Fox. Andrew Joseph Gallagher. Bowen Elliott Garthley. Gerald Stephen Garrett. Carl Richard Gibbs III. Timothy J. Ginsberg. Ryan Joseph Graham. John Vincent Greco III. Louis Anthony Ginto. Stephen John Ginto. Eric Haynes Jr. Jacob Thomas Haynes.
Delaney Kate Alentrio. Kirsten Evelyn Emenecker. Nina Rebecca Fitzpatrick. Jenna Michelle Flemings. Kathleen Gallagher. Rebecca Marie Galley. Alexis Miranda Gerber. Laura Grace Gibbs. Taya Katrine Gilliland. Monica Lisa Ginyard. Madeline Nicole Graff. Kylie Amber Gray. Amanda Lee Grello. Jordan Marie Guerrera. Kyla Pearl Gwaltney. Madison Elizabeth Hackney. Kayla Marie Hant. Isabel Kaylee Hankins. Grace Elizabeth Harker. Amy Elizabeth Hegeline.
Wyatt Russell Hall. Caden Scott Hasty. Alexander N. Hauer. Austin M. Hauer. Connor Wallace Heffernan. Jacob Charles Henry. William Raymond Hess. James Vernon Hill. Cody Joseph Hoffman. Jack Hullings. Brendan A. Jaggard. Scott Daniel Johnson. Nicholas J. Kane. Owen Robert K. Edward Thomas Keebler. Robert Joseph King Jr. Bruce L. Kirschbaum Jr. Jonathan Bennett Clank Jr. Jason J. Lassick. Aiden Lawyer.
Kylie G. Hines. Shayna Alexis Hernandez. Alicia Violet Hess. Brooke Dorothy Isaacson. Jayla Jaggard. Indiana T. Jenkins. Lindsay Kate Karmelovich. Caitlin Marie Kazokis. Destiny Michelle Kennedy. Hannah Noel Kent. Essence Divine Kinlaw. Casey Lynn Knapp. Kylie Suzanne Kunz. Adriana Renee Leno. Haley Marie Levy. Monet Lydell. Alyssa M. Lockwood. Abby Michaela Lowe. Lola Shay Marion. Abrielle Martinez.
Patrick Lehan. Alexander Tyler Ladawi. Ian T. Long. Owen Michael Lovett. Dominic Joseph Lebrano. Joseph V. Lebrano Lavadera. Cole Ludwikowski. Jonathan Martinez. Dylan Thomas Mateo. Connor Mao. Wayne Maver. Zachary B. May. Kevin P. Mazer. Hunter L. McKillop. John Anthony Miali III. Finn W. Mears. Dalton Gage Menard. Stephen Miller Jr. Moses D. Morales. Ricky D. Musco II.
Madison C. Mazel. Madison Marie Melvin. Gabriella Mirasol. Abby Ray Miskevich. Jenna Lynn Montrose. Gabriella Elizabeth Moore. Lindsay Paige Moore. Olivia Ruth Musco. Julia Marie Nieves. Leah Marie Novelli. Kelly O'Keefe, Lindsay Oates, Jessica Lillian Rankle, Lexi M. Ridenbaker, Taylor Lee Madison Rice, Emily I. Richards, Catherine Sophia Richards, Miranda Lynn Ritchie, Riley Elizabeth Ritter, Catherine Elaine Robbins.
Kyle D. Nisley, Hunter Joseph Nixon, Sean Patrick O'Keefe Jr., Hayden Anthony Obajinsky, Marshall Colby Ostberg, Daniel H. Ott, Robin Parzik, Justin Michael Patton, Jonathan Thomas Pearson, Daniel Armand Pfeffer, Grant D. Pierce, Eric S. Pierre, Jackson Paul Perozzi, Eugene Anthony Pritchett, Vincent Angelo Riccardi, Daniel Riccio, Thomas Paul Richards II, Brett Thomas Rogers, Antonio J. Rossi, George P. Schmidling,
Talisa Michelle Robbins, Gabrielle Elise Roberts, Annie Elizabeth Rollins, Nina Marie Rossi, Kayla Russell, Hannah Lee Russo, Sarah Ann Sabatino, McKenna Schultz, Tala Gray Scott, Kelly Virginia Shea, Jessica Nicole Shepard, Leah Rose Sider, Megan Jenna Skirkovich, Alexandria Marie Smith, Alyssa Marie Smith, Kelsey Jean Snodgrass, Callie Alexis Somerville, Cassidy Ray Spillis, Danielle Hope Spina, Emily Kayla Stahl,
Nicholas Tanner Scott, Micah James Sells, Kyler Shaw, Cole Shantz, Christopher J. Sidoli Jr., Zachary L. Smolskis, Jake Andrew Spear, Scott Douglas Sproul Jr., Robert Sunbury, Timothy Christopher Sweet, Mark Jeffrey Tarasevich, Dustin William Termy, Dalton Bill Thames, Gregory Andrew Thompson, Mitchell R. Tippin, Kyle Edward Vaca, Sean William Vaca, Gustav Asa Van Walsen, Maxwell Curtis Van Walsen, Nicholas Vitagliano.
Kayla Marie Stone. Amber Nicole Sweet. Lauren A. Tyson. Emma M. Thompson. Bridget Elizabeth Tixinski. Erica Umbahauer. Gabrielle Marie Van Horn. Natalie Valeria Vega. Anna Rose Vossler. Madison Lynn Walker. Kristen Ann Walter. Lyndon Rose Webb. Autumn Elizabeth Wells. Gabrielle Ann White. Jordan Taylor Whittle. Brittany Ann Williams. Madison Elizabeth Willits. Alexis Lee Wilson. Madeline Esther Winch. Amber Lynn Zickler.
Zach Wade. Scott Warner. John Alden Welling IV. Devin Michael Welsh. Noki Kitkayan Whited. Justin Thomas Whittle. Barry Dean Worrell Jr. Jonah Dale Worrell. Patrick James Worrell. Sebastian Tyler Sakian. Vincent Michael Zagari.
Should I wait till everyone's... Yeah, wait till they all sit.
Oh, wait. Seniors, please stand. Please join me in my last duty as your senior class president. Please take your tassel with your left hand and move it from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2019. We did it.
Congratulations, class of 2019. Everybody take care, drive safely. Good luck.